It's a Monday afternoon, it's the 31st of December, the day before 2019. Can you believe it, Llama? We're done with 2018.
I've been waiting for it. So,
Why?
2018 must be over.
Must be over. We had Beyonce in South Africa and a lot happened. I must say, it was such an incredible year. Thank you so much for choosing us. This is Ekse right here on Cape Town TV, taking you all the way up until 5 p.m. It's absolutely going to be an amazing show. Llama and Sinalo Jonas, better known as a Bird Flicky.
Yes, and my name is Llama Moon. Everybody, thank you for choosing us as your source of entertainment. Like he said, we'll be right here, right through to the hour 5. You can join us on social media. It's Ekse_live on Twitter. On Facebook, it's Ekse. On Cape Town TV, loads. It's going to go down today. We've got Rated R featuring George the Groove from Hype It Up. Awesome music videos for you. By the way, artists that are going to be performing here today are out of this world.
Definitely. Speaking of artists that are going to perform on the show today, we've got Sub-Zero, who's going to give us an incredible performance. And on top of that, we're going to have a sit down and a performance from Mo G, who's an amazing Cape Town artist. And Llama scored an incredible interview to close off his 2018.
Let's tell them after the break.
Llama.
Just to keep things
Just to keep things spicy, yeah, we can't do that.
021-448-0448. Let us know, who do you think is the artist that I'm going to be interviewing later on? She's a national treasure, everybody. She collides. It's you dreaming, my baby.
You know, she does a lot of things. She was in Cape Town performing at the Kirstenbush festival. And Llama had the opportunity to meet and close off his 2018 with her. So to make sure you stick around for that. Matter where we're going right now, I think it's a music
We're going to Freshly Ground. That was the beautiful band Yalape Kappa Freshly Ground, and that was Black Girl. I love how they celebrate and commemorate and put the spotlight on a Black Girl.
Yeah, that's so beautiful. I didn't even know that they're still around, but so beautiful to see that they still perform.
Yeah,
I love them.
To the biggest, the baddest, and the most hip and happening good show in town. This is Sinalo Jonas. My name is Llama Moon. Joining us right here in studio is Mo G, who's going to be performing a little bit later on. But right now, it's time for us to know him a little bit better. Welcome to Ekse.
Thank you so much.
How excited are you?
Hey, I'm so excited.
I can see you wearing the South African flag in your there. I can see that's very good. Let's talk about Mo G.
Yeah, Mo
For
Green.
someone who doesn't know who's Mo G, let's talk about Mo G.
Yeah. Okay, Mo Green is a very humble person.
So it's Mo Green.
Yeah, it's Mo Green.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm a philanthropist, first of all.
Yeah.
I don't have a lot of money, but I have more than money to give.
Yeah.
I'm a musician. I love music. I love people. I love to interact with the world around me. And I love kids. I love kids. I'm involved with an orphanage project here in Woodstock, Cape Town.
Yeah.
I've been involved for 3 years now. So it's an orphanage taking care of kids who are less privileged. And that has inspired me a lot in my journey in music. I do music not for myself, but for the world, trying to project something that people need to see. And I'm here today with my, beautiful someone, my woman. She's here, performing with me on the song. And it's special. I found her on the journey. It's been tough out here. There's been struggles. There's been a lot of, good and bad, but
you're here now.
But thank God I'm here now.
I think that's what matters. That right now you're here with
music is a journey.
And you're going to perform for us.
We grow in it spiritually, materialistically. You choose a direction that you want to go in music.
Which direction did you choose?
Soul.
Soul.
I'm trying to affect people with my music now. I'm trying to project something into the world. I'm trying to teach people about tradition. I'm very inspired by tradition. I love the South African tradition. You see me wearing the flag. This has nothing to do with tradition, but this binds everyone. This is the flag that binds the whole country together. And I'm from Nigeria originally, but I came studying here in 2010, first of all. I studied sound engineering at SA Institute, Cape Town. They gave me a platform to build my portfolio. I had a scholarship that year to do sound engineering, and it really helped my career, as a musician. And I'm here today, thank God. What more can I say?
Yeah. You say your musical journey started 12 years ago.
Yeah, my musical journey started developing. It started, you know, 'cause I started as a novice. I didn't have a career in music. I'd never held a guitar before. I just had the passion and the belief and faith that I could do this, because I know I could. I know I can. And I came out here in South Africa boldly. I was a young man that time. I came out. I had done my bachelor's degree already in Nigeria. But it was a boring. I had projected. I had looked into my future, and I knew it was going to be a boring journey for me
Yeah.
to be sitting in an office doing HR work when I could be out there doing more. So I veered into this journey with a lot of faith.
Yeah.
You know.
12 years is a very long time, so I can imagine that you met challenges.
No, not
throughout
12 years. 2010.
2010.
It's
Oh.
like eight.
That's how many years ago? 8 years ago.
8 years ago.
What challenges did you face and how did you overcome them on this musical journey?
Okay, I faced the biggest challenge that I face is people's opinions. Trying to balance people's opinions between my opinion and people's opinions. I learned it's a big lesson I had to learn to put my opinion first before people, because coming out here was a big challenge. First of all, people have an opinion about Africa,
Yeah.
South Africa particularly. With the whole xenophobic situation going on, prevailing out here. But there's a lot of positivity going on out here too, and that's what I'm trying to project out to the world.
Yeah.
That as much as there's negative and positive going on everywhere,
Yeah.
I mean, it's up to you to make the best of wherever you are.
Yeah.
I'm not. I love Nigeria.
Yeah.
I'm from Nigeria. I'm from a place that can never be taken away from me. But I'm out here,
Yeah.
trying to build. Yeah,
Trying
that's
to
what
build this nation. Now let's go back to your music. Let's talk about your sound. How would you describe your sound to someone out there who doesn't know what is your
Okay,
sound?
I'm not going to spontaneous. I don't even know what I'm going to do next.
Yeah.
I'm very experimental because I
Yeah.
come from a place of novice. I didn't know how to play instruments. I had no teacher. I just had a passion, and I play around with instruments, softwares, and I come up with good sound.
Yeah.
And that's what drives my music. But my music is influenced greatly by Davido.
Yeah.
Big up to Davido and the Nigerian music industry.
Yeah, we love him.
And I love house music too, because when I first came out here, most of the music I was producing was sounding mainly like house music.
Yeah.
And then I tuned myself back, because I'm from a place.
Yeah.
I have to, I wouldn't say please my people first, but I have to put, that I have to project where I'm from first and try to spread it out to the rest of the world.
Yeah.
Who introduced you to your partner? Is it music? Or
Yeah.
you
No,
introduced
no.
music to your partner? How did the
I
collaboration
introduced
begin?
music to my partner.
Yeah.
She had music in her, but she didn't know it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I managed to discover it, and
Yeah.
we
It
managed.
must be a very fun creative process when you're making songs together. Tell us about your creative process.
It's very natural.
Yeah.
She actually wrote the script for the song.
Yeah.
I had my part of the song recorded already, and I played it to her, and she was like, "Oh wow, it's a beautiful song. I have this idea." We approached the first producer, the video director.
Yes.
He couldn't translate it. He couldn't relate. He thought it was too much with the Sangoma part, and he thought he couldn't pull it.
Yeah.
So she told me, don't settle for less. Let's find someone else who believes in your vision and who can translate it and bring it to life.
Yeah.
After the break, you'll be performing for us.
Definitely.
What is that song and what does it talk about?
If I let you go. It's If I Let You Go. The song it's about her, really like, she came into my life at the point where, I needed someone
Yeah.
to help me, and she came in perfectly and fit in perfectly into my life. We're making music together. She's not only a musician, she has a career that she's involved in. I have a career too. I'm an English teacher.
She's a lucky girl, hey? Must say, she's a lucky girl.
I'm lucky too,
While you are performing later for us after the break, you're performing, I cannot wait to see a performance. It's a collaboration, guys, between
Big
him
time.
and his wife. I cannot wait for that. It reminds me a bit of Beyonce and Jay-Z.
Hey now, If I Let You Go is what they're going to be performing right after the break. So if we let you go, we won't have a show. So we're not letting you go. We're just letting you go to an
I
air
don't wanna
break.
go.
You
Thanks
better
a
come
lot.
back. Yeah, you better.
Thank you guys.
Thank you so much.
Ooh.
Thank you.
Your body not confirm. We have to do it one way. Designer. Not only for your body, I go maintain. The thing where you do me for my brain. Baby, oh. Sure you go follow me, go my party, oh. Baby, oh. Don't you ever leave my side. Don't you never leave me, oh, no. I set you from far away. You sweet me like a sugar cane. You do me like say I'll buy fire let you go. Make you never leave my side. No. You know I need you for sure.
For you are the one for me, and for you, you know I'll do anything. Babe, I can't resist your loving, and I'm loving every way that you touch me. Boy, you hold the keys to my heart. I've been loving you right from the start. Honey, love me.
I sight you from far away. You sweet it like a sugar cane. I need to do me like say I go buy if I let you go. No. Don't you never leave my side. No. Because I need you for sure. I'm no Casanova. I go give it to you, girl, all night till the party's over. She tell me say she get talent. Me, I wanna see emotion. One for give me enjoyment. Get your body like fire. Now me go love you. Love you, love you retire. Lady, I wanna make it rain. Baby, make it rain on you. Only if you stay. Maybe for a day or two. Because baby, your body not confirm. We have to do it one way. Designer. Not only for your body, I go maintain. The thing where you do me for my brain. Baby, oh. Sure you go follow me, go my party, oh. Baby, oh. Don't you ever leave my side. Nah. Don't you never leave me, oh, no. Talent, emotion, diamond, fire, love you,
Welcome to Rated R, where we ask your favorite presenters random questions right here.
I landed on my spine. Oh my gosh. Anyway, it is of course Llama and and we are here with George the Groove.
Good
The
afternoon.
new presenter for Hype It Up. George the Groove.
Yeah, bro.
Why George the
Please,
Groove?
because you know I'm the life of the party. You know what I mean?
What? Which party?
Like one girl.
6-year-old.
Oh, what do you mean? 6-year-olds.
Oh
One
my
girl. I mean,
God,
I'm
no,
not
now,
the party.
now
man.
remember, you were the guy who was the clown at the 6-year-old
What do you?
birthday party.
Which one? Damn.
I don't know. I can't remember.
Why television?
yo.
Because I feel like I'm a vessel of communication and God put me on this earth to communicate his message, you know what I mean?
Okay, how would you like the public to perceive you?
I'd like to know that, I'm here to bring the vibe, you know what I mean? If they have anything that they need to communicate with the world, I'm that person that's going to do that for them.
If you were to be a president of South Africa, what would you do? What was your first task?
If I were to be the president of South Africa, the first thing I would do is make sure that women get free pads.
And if you were Jacob Zuma?
If I was Jacob Zuma, firstly, I'd abolish polygamy.
What kind of pads? Lifestyle or always? Or which ones?
With gold Kotex, you know what I mean? It's quite cheap and affordable.
My kind of guy. You know what I mean? Oh, but why TV presenting?
Because, I don't know, I'm here.
You here?
I'm here.
Did you bring him here?
No, none of my business. That was none of my business.
But
Wow.
apart from presenting, what else do you do?
Apart from presenting, I'm a long distance runner. You know what I mean? I spend my time in the gym trying to...
Can you prove it?
Yeah.
Take it off. Take
No
it
ways.
off. Take it off.
This is a PG-rated
PG,
program.
PG, PG, family show this one. Please.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
So what are you planning to bring to hype it up?
Yeah.
I plan on bringing the flair and the swag of the North Gomorrah self-made cheese boy into this thing, you know what I mean? Like, that's what I'm gonna do to this vibe.
What did he just say?
No, I plan to bring on Sag, the North Gomorrah of the cheese.
He reminds me of those lyrics by Utembi Siat on Boomshaka. It's the this to
No
this,
way.
this,
Bro, you actually can't equate me to Tembi Sieta's lyrics like that. No, man, no, man. No, I'm quite offended.
Who's your favorite local artist?
It's gotta be Richie Rich.
Oh yeah? Richie
Yeah.
Rich.
Yes.
Richie Rich.
Yes, Richie Rich.
Who's your favorite international artist?
Richie Rich.
Who's Richie Rich?
It's not Ricky Rick,
Not
it's
Ricky
Richie
Rick.
Rich. Not
Oh.
Ricky Rick, Richie Rich,
In
man.
my mind, oh,
Oh,
Richie Rich.
Sijukotin Fondin.
No, no,
You
no,
are
no.
so no?
no, it's not.
No, just Richie Rich, mate. Go on YouTube and research.
I quit.
My favorite food.
Favorite food has to be a kota ya Wanda.
What?
It's a kota
Oh, what
from
is
a
it?
place called Wanda.
What is inside?
Kota, like last number, in a kanda, in a burger, in
I
a
come from the
lettuce.
burbs, therefore.
Oh wow, what do you
You
mean?
know what I mean?
What do
Quarters.
you mean?
And she quit.
Okay.
Yes, that was George the Groove on Rated R. It was very hilarious. Crazy one, that
I
man.
can imagine.
It's New Year's Eve. How are you celebrating today? And tomorrow it's the first day of the year 2019. I'll be in observatory at the Streetopia. It's gonna be awesome.
That
Excited.
sounds exciting.
Yay.
You can also hit us up on our social media streets. We have course on Twitter at Ekse_live, on Facebook we are simply at Ekse on Cape Town TV. Tell us your 2018 highlights, what you enjoyed about this year, what you didn't enjoy about this year, and a song that you'd like it to be the song of
The year. Yeah, how are you closing your year?
How are you closing? Which song? Don't pick mine, please. I know.
It's in Shoza.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay, that's great. Mine is actually Banomoya.
Who? Kuti who?
Kuti
Kuti
who?
who?
That's
Kuti
okay,
who?
kuti
What is
who?
you? Let us know. And we also want to find out what are your New Year's resolution. How do you want to see your 2019 go? Do you have plans? Are there things that you're letting go of in 2018 and you do not want to take them over to that year?
Definitely. Up with Ekse, we all about uplifting local artists. And speaking of local artists, right now we're joined by MZ and the amazing Sub-Zero. They are performing later on the show, so to make sure you stick around for that. But right now, it's time to get to know the guys behind the music and behind the mics. Guys, welcome on the show. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you so much for having us, man.
It's a pleasure.
Good.
It's Sub-Zero and MZ.
Yeah.
I want to start with you, Subs.
Yeah.
How were you introduced into the music industry, and who is Subs?
Okay, Sub-Zero is a guy from Khayelitsha.
Yeah.
I was introduced to music back in 2011.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I used to rap around and then did not know how to write. So I went to a guy called Timza, and then he's the one who showed me how to write. And then later on, I was introduced to
some of guys called chicks that gave me a beat just to rap on. Yeah.
What do you write about?
Firstly, when I came to the scene, I was doing Guaido, and then later on, I met the guy MZ, and then we said he's doing hip hop and like he's a producer. So now he just made this new sound, new age Guaido, and then we made hip hop Guaido as the genre of the album.
What is the new age kwaito? What is the hip hop kwaito? If you were to tell us, what is hip hop kwaito?
Hip hop kwaito, I think for me, because some of us as the producers, we have like different skills.
Yeah.
We have like we know kwaito at the back, like where we coming from, like to Ekse, where we coming from.
What's that one? Oh, I see this. Take on of that question. Nyansin.
It's connected.
So we're starting from
your question.
okay to him. Okay.
One, two. Mic.
So speaking of new age kwaito and new actually hip hop kwaito, how would you describe to people like us who don't know what that is?
Kwaito
Yeah.
and a new age of kwaito.
Yeah.
If you know old kwaito, if you know like Ndu,
Yeah.
like Mandoza, I think that was like old. That was the old kwaito.
That's the kwaito we
yeah,
know.
You know that, and that was a good kwaito because we don't know that time. We didn't know about any new kwaito.
Yeah.
But the new age kwaito, it's more like mixing a taste of new hip hop.
Yeah.
You understand? But you don't come with the hip hop thing. You come with your material, something like I can say. You come with a material that it's different to the old kwaito, and then you mixing with a sound that is not the same sound with that one, but you still have that vibe of old kwaito.
Yeah.
Because anyway, like me, I don't even like feel kwaito that time, the old kwaito, but I do feel the guys that were writing those lyrics that time. But now the new age of kwaito is stupid.
Would you say the new age kwaito, the hip hop kwaito, is the direction that the hip hop artists in South Africa are currently taking? Would you say we get a lot, the hip hop industry in South Africa gets a lot of influence by kwaito?
Yeah, I would say that because if you look at guys like Keswa, and you look at guys like Questa, they're actually taking the old feel and putting this new sound just to create, like for Ikas, you always have to do lyrics that are relevant to Ikas. So now if you go back as far as doing Ikwaito, you are actually talking to Ikas. That's how we came about to say, if we can take this hip hop thing that's Ikona, and then we do together with Ikwaito, we can be relevant to Ikas.
Speaking of influences and influencees, who inspires and influences your music?
Well, I would say it would be the guys like Abu Mandoza. Because I grew up listening to most of them, Abu Mtu, TKZ and all that. So now when one is writing music, you always go back to your inspiration, and it just raps on to.
You said earlier on that you were a rapper, you knew how to rap, but you didn't know how to rap music. And you went to a guy that taught you how to rap music. Why was it important for you to acquire that skill of writing your own songs?
I'm not a believer of public lyrics. I believe something can be written so that when the listener is listening to knows ukuthi Sub-Zero is talking about this and that. Yeah. Rather than going to the studio and doing they call it freestyle and all that, and then ended up having a lot of swearing.
Mz, when did the music bug bite you?
I think starting 2007. That's where I started music. But I used to go to live performances that happening to Ekse. So we started from there. I think baby Zangoba Sispaza. Baby Zangoba Sispaza that time. Then I started to bought I bought a computer, and then that time there was those things that they called software they called Visual DJ. So tinabisa abantu abathanda like udlala umculo, and then I started there, and then I had this program, this software of Fruity Loops. Then that's where my music started, because at school I was doing music also. So that's where I start my music. Until now.
So, where do people get hold of your music? Let's say they want to have a taste of it and purchase your music.
Well, we recently did a project. The album is called Our Father.
Yes.
Wow, Father, Father.
No, but the project, the project is actually inspired by my kids. So the reason why in front cover of the disc, and then at the back cover there are two of them. So now we recently put it on iTunes, Spotify, and Deezer and all that. And actually people can go to Real Sub-Zero, Real Sub-Zero on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram.
You're performing later on the show. After that break, you're performing. What song are you performing, and what can we expect from you?
Well, we are performing a hit single in the album called Our Father. Sorry. Can you cut that? It's called Mundu.
After their performance, we'll be joined by Lady Zamar. So make sure that you do not go too far, because there's more of Ekse.
You left me out in that interview.
I'm still going. Do you want to come with?
I am not coming.
Okay, fine. I'll chill with Lady Zamar alone. We'll be back. This festive season, we hype it up with George the Groove as he interviews your favorite local stars and have them perform live on the black and white stage and tell his story and her story with Saziman.
You can also catch us on Facebook
every weekday between 4 and 5 on the biggest community television in the land, Cape Town TV.
Ula wazuzombona ndiyamfuna umuntu wami ula wazuzombona hayi oluthando liyakhosta my baby awuthina asidlali sibetha amachampu oluthando liyakhosta my baby awusaba ngemfurvayi wosuzombona ndiyamthemba umuntu wami ndiyamfuna umuntu wami ndiyamthanda umuntu wami so fácil awuhlane mangena bathi akade sibasi cena ningindake nkathi ingane zenu cena singakhali khona mina kuyose kuvalwe ngihamba nayo iyose ilahle turn the lights off, I can't focus. It's like a blind date. Yafunga siyawa nazi wala my lady ngibuzani ngibuza cocktail phela unyaka hasimameli samba nabo wasibayeke noma themba ngiyakuthanda my baby wozala yes sangifani noma keza ngithathe wrong turn fike endlini kudliwa umuntu ucela ungangithandi. This is just for the night, tomorrow I can't stand it. This is just for a one night stand. Ula, wazuzombona. Ndiyamfuna umuntu wami. Ula, wazuzombona. Awubekezela my baby wawunyamezela sithandwa sa uthando lwakho ndenza niphila uyayazi nje umzimba wakho ndenza fresh uyazibona nje kudala nipusha number business kudala siwasifuka ngeke basiqede I'm about to kill all these niggas they don't understand what's the business Mangithi 1 uthi 2 ngithi 3 uthi 4 how baby ngiyasifela mangithi 1 uthi 2 ngithi 3 uthi 4 how baby ngiyakuthanda ula wozuzombona ngiyamfuna umuntu wami ula wozuzombona hayi oluthando liyakhosta my baby awuthina asidala isibetha amachakho oluthando liyakhosta my baby awusaba ke vurvayi wozuzokuna umuntu wami ngiyamfuna umuntu wami ngiyamthanda umuntu wami awusofa silahlane yeah salsa yeah man umuntu wami ulaziwa yeah thank you
4 p.m. in the afternoon. You know what you got to do. You got to tune into the biggest, the baddest, and the most hip and happening show in town. We go by the name of Ekse. Welcome to it, everybody. My name is Llama Moon. You can follow us on social media. It's Ekse_live. On Facebook, it's Ekse on Cape Town TV. That number to dial is 021-448-0448. And when I say big, I really mean big, because sitting next to me is none other than the bombshell. Do you know why I call her that? Because when she came into the scene, she exploded. Welcome to the show, Lady Zamar.
Thank you so much for having me.
How are you?
I'm good, thank you.
I understand that you're very tired, but
yeah.
Thank you for joining us. King Zamar tour.
Yeah.
What inspired that, and what is it all about?
Okay, it's called the Golden Child Tour. And what inspired that was how hard we've all kind of worked to make this thing amazing. My producers are crazy amazing. The band I perform with is amazing. Everything in the production is just great. And I felt like it would not be fair for people who've never seen me perform, for me to just exit this album without having toured it live. You know, a lot of times we're at shows and we have to play backtracks because of technical difficulties that a lot of fans don't know about. You know, so as artists, it's our duty to give them the best shows, and that's exactly what the Golden Child Tour is about.
I understand that one of the most surprising things that people wouldn't know about you is that you've got stage fright.
Yeah.
So how do you survive?
I just tell myself that I'm not doing it for the people that are going to be there. I'm doing it for God, who called me to this, you know, purpose and to this destiny. And by doing it for him, you know, if it makes them happy, then all of that just kind of disappears. But before every show, I always think I'm going to mess it up. I always think I'm going to fall. I always think, oh my gosh, it's going to... So whenever I start the performance, I'm always on some... And then suddenly, when I get on the stage, it's like, what? Yeah, make it through.
You are one artist that I cannot compare to any. When I hear your music on the radio, I just know it's Lady Zamar.
Thank you.
What inspires your music?
My music is inspired by love a lot, life. I think also just putting out real stories, you know, from a female perspective, from a male perspective, from mostly a human perspective, you know. It's very easy to try and make it all about, oh, girl power and all that. But for me, it's like, what do we live around? What are the realities that we go through every single day? The emotional struggles. They're not particularly women or male struggles, you know. They're kind of human struggles. And to make music that allows people to really express themselves is what I live for. I feel like there's not enough of that. You know, I really wish there were more people who make music for people to really relate to and to kind of deal. I mean, I grew up listening to Jasmine Sullivan, Beyonce, the Destiny's Child, basically, the Spice Girls, Usher, and all those massive names like Michael Jackson. And what I learned from all of them is that when I was going through the darkest periods of my life, there was always a song to keep me company, you know? It wasn't a song about money and stuff like that. Those were for those times when I was like, yeah. But when I was, you know, in my feelings, they were there, and I was always inspired by those kind of artists to make music the kind of music that I do.
I understand at some point you wanted to be a teacher.
A lecturer, yeah.
Yeah. What informed the decision of ditching that and hopping into music?
It wasn't a matter of actually ditching. I mean, essentially, I'd always been writing music and kind of always been singing, you know. So it was just a matter of putting one aside for the sake of the other one temporarily, because I'm definitely still going to go back there. Like, it's a passion of mine to impart knowledge. I feel like it's very selfish to have so much knowledge and then to just sit around with it on your own. So also perspective is what will also make sharing knowledge so amazing. After having lived such a interesting life, it would make for an amazing story, you know, for the people that I one day will be lecturing and teaching about everything that I have learned.
All right. Speaking of learning, you were born in Tembisa and then you went to Pretoria.
Yeah.
Tell us about the young Lady Zamar. What kind of girl was she? What did you get up to?
I was really naughty. At home, I was the most talkative, the loudest of the entire lot.
Yeah.
At school, I was the shy one that was completely curious about everything. I wanted to know everything and everyone, but I didn't want to khojampi. I didn't want to be out there like, oh, you know. At school, I was always like two people, honestly. High school, I was the teachers, the invisible girl that the teachers would always be like, what is the answer to this question? And then out there, I was like, yo, man, I'm a boss. You know, it was crazy. Like, I was always two people. Young Zamar was very, very curious. The one thing I can say consistently is that I'm very curious about everything. I find individual stories fascinating. I don't think there's a boring human being.
Yeah.
I don't think so. Yeah.
Well, last week we played this game with Fat Cook and Mahuta, and they were hilarious. So let's do it with you and see how you're going to fare. You can't think twice about it. You just need to answer immediately.
Okay.
Describe yourself with a hashtag.
Hashtag life.
What's that one ingredient you put in everything?
Tomato sauce.
What are you listening to right now?
Oh my gosh, myself. Seriously, it's a new project. So.
Okay. Do you have any allergies?
Iodine. But I can't tell people that. What if somebody tries to?
Yeah. Okay, no, it's not iodine.
Yeah, it's not.
No, it's not. What's your wake up ritual?
I wake up. I look up to the ceiling, I reach for my phone, I check if my boyfriend has sent me a message, and then I roll back into bed and pretend to sleep. Then I remember, oh my gosh, there's Instagram and Twitter. And then I go and get my phone.
All right. What's your going to sleep ritual?
Watch TV and then pass out for like 5 minutes and then go to sleep for real.
What's your favorite TV program, by the way?
I totally love The Blacklist.
Oh, there we go. What is the nicest thing that has anybody done for you?
The nicest thing was when an ex-boyfriend of mine bought me a Bible.
All right. What's the one job you know that you'd be very terrible at?
A job that I'd be terrible at. A mathematics teacher.
Are you usually late or early?
Late.
But today you were early, so thank you
No,
for that.
because the people around me are early people.
Okay.
So they lie to me about time.
Oh, how do you relax after a long day at work?
I go home, I take a shower, I watch TV.
Mm-hmm. Is there something you'd still like to do?
Yeah, travel the world. Make
what
more music.
gives you headaches?
People.
Oh, I know.
They're so...
No, don't tell them what. What's the nicest thing you've ever done for somebody?
Honestly, I don't know.
The last lie you told? Don't worry, they're not watching.
What did I say?
I don't know. I don't want to put you on the spot. What's the most ridiculous question you've ever been asked in an interview?
I think... I don't know, man. I really don't know. Ridiculous. Every question to me is valid to a certain degree.
Okay. Say this in isiXhosa. Kumnandi kakhulu apha eKapa rhoqo xa kuphela unyaka sivulela unyaka ozayo.
Kumnandi kakhulu lapha Kapa, Xoko, something about Ukvuleka Kulu, something about the new year as well.
Fail. The next project, what can people expect from it?
Music that is very, very intense. I think the one thing I can say to everybody out there is that this new project is intense.
All right.
It's super intense, even for me.
Looking forward to it.
Thank you.
And for people who haven't seen this music video, what's the title?
What You Need.
What You Need, and it's time for us to check it out. After that, it's a night break. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen.
Thank you.
See you after this. What a lovely way to shut down the year. It has been totally amazing 2018, hasn't it?
Definitely. I'm sure that was your highlight, speaking to Lady Zamar in there to make sure he does up in our social media streets. Tell us how you're spending this day and how you're going to spend your first day of 2019, which is tomorrow. What an absolutely amazing show it was. Sub-Zero was here, MZ was here, Moji performing with his wife was here, Rated R. I mean, like, we've covered everything, guys.
Of course. Well, let us know via social media. It's Ekse_live. On Twitter, it's Ekse. On Cape Town TV on Facebook, 021-448-0448. Do call us. Tomorrow, Sinalo, there'll be DJs on the street.
Yes.
There's going to be fashion. There's going to be food. I'm so going to eat.
It's going to be amazing.
It's going to be a lot. Observatory Streetopia 2019. It's the first. So I'll also be getting massages and stuff because they do understand that it has been a stressful
Yeah.
Hey.
I can't believe tomorrow is January and we're going back to Iwarizetu, guys. It's going to be the month of worries, but Cape Town TV Ekse has a lot in store for you. If you'd like to perform live right here on the show, you'd like to be a guest on the show, a guest presenter on the show, it's simple. Send Llama an email at imlamamoon@gmail.com and you might find yourself in this incredible set with us.
And you'd also like to be on stage like the rest of the artists. You can also send your biography and your track. And who knows, you could be on Ekse Extravaganza. There's more of Rated R tomorrow. There's Ekse Extravaganza tomorrow and beautiful music videos. Remember I said I'm shutting down the year with Mshoza Ainakras. I think we should do that tomorrow. I'll be opening the year with that music video. If that's your favorite music video as well, let me introduce it to it, Goms.
Definitely. I think we should shut down the show with Banomoy. I think that's going to be the song of the
Not
year.
now, tomorrow.
That's going to be the song of the year. But are we done with today's show? Thank you so much for choosing us. Choose us tomorrow. Choose us next year, which is tomorrow. Again, for myself, not a J. It's been real.
Yeah, Happy New Year. Be safe wherever you are. Celebrate with the people who matter. And keep it locked right here on Channel 263. Up next, it's Open Studio. It's time for us to say goodbye.